Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going on another side quest. Side quests are basically a series where I talk about Japanese grammar as easily as possible in my own words, and I try to explain it in such a way that you can pick it up and use it in conversations as quickly as possible. Today's topic is about the Holy Trinity, ageru, kureru, and morau. Those three are very confusing if you dive straight into them without having at least a flowchart about how to use them. Let's start with ageru. Ageru is probably the easiest one out of this bunch. And well, it just means to give. Ageru is used when you, a close person to you, or a totally not related person give something to someone. Two different people and you're talking about them giving each other something. Or it can be you that gives something to your friend, or you giving something to that person over there. It's always ageru. So that sounds fairly easy, right? Let's make an example sentence to see how particles are used in the context of using ageru. Watashi wa tomodachi ni pan o ageru. So, I give bread to my friend. Watashi wa minasan ni pan o ageru. I give bread to everybody. Now this would seem like we already have talked about all the different versions of giving, but that's not really the case because we didn't talk about the version where you are given something. So whenever you're talking about a person that gave something to you, you should use kureru. Watashi no tomodachi wa watashi ni pan o kureta. So my friend gave bread to me. So when it comes towards you, the action of giving, then you use kureru, always. So that sounds easy. When it goes outward, it's ageru, and when it comes to you, it's kureru. But there's one more catch to this. Sometimes you can use kureru with very, very close people as well. So if it's someone in your family, or it's your best friend, or it's just someone that people associate with you in a very close manner. So it's your spouse, or it's your family, or somebody that is very close to you, then you usually use kureru as well. So that person over there gave bread to my friend is a case of this. So somebody who is close to you received something from somebody over there, and you want to use the word to be given, then you say, あの人は私の友達にパンをくれた, which sounds weird because ageru would be fitting as well. It seems fitting, but you cannot really use ageru here. You would use kureru because you're one like entity. It's like your homey place. I think some other sites and explanations use uchi, which means inside, and soto, which means outside. People that are close to you, which are in the uchi here in this scheme, are given something, and then you use kureru. In any other case, you use ageru. This sounds very complicated, but usually you never really talk about your close friends being given something by some other person. This happens rarely, and I myself, while living in Japan for a few months, never really had to use this, never came up. So it is something that is used. It's important to know about it and know how to use it, but I think the version with you being given something is way more important to know, and you giving something as well. So when you are given something, you use kureru. When you give something, you use ageru. And then there is the other people giving something, which is always ageru, unless it is given into your close family, friends circle, then you use kureru as well. Oh, there's a fly. Whatever. They have a right to live as well. The last word in the Holy Trinity is morau, and morau means to receive. Now it is often compared with kureru because they work very similarly. But the good news is that this is used with any person you can think of. So it is from the outside, from the inside, it's where whichever two people you choose, you can always use morau, regardless of if it's you or some other person receiving something. So if I say, I received bread from my friend, you notice that I am now the subject. Before, when using kureru or ageru, I was never the subject unless I was the one giving. But when I was the recipient of something, then I would be the object. But now here, the receiving person is the subject because it is I receive, right? That person receives. In Japanese, it's the same. 私は友達からor 友達にパンをもらった. So I got bread from my friend. Now, as you've noticed, I said kara and ni, which can both be used as from. Kara already means from, and ni is just the same meaning. It's not really the meaning of from, but it is used in this context as well, because usually ni is used when something goes into a direction, and here is a direction to me, towards me definitely, so you can use ni as well. So now that we've covered these three words and how they work, I want to make a little quiz. Now, you don't have to get this right from the get-go, but maybe it can show you how the particles are used and how the words itself would be used in a sentence. I'll just show you like 5 or more sentences without the solution, with gaps, so I will either take away the particle or I will take the verb away, and you can think about which words could fit in there, because there could be multiple solutions. Take your time, go back in the video, look at your flowchart again, look at the particles again, and then try this little test, because it might really help you solidify this idea of how the particles should be used and in what direction goes which verb. All right, let's go. Alrighty, that was already it. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more Sidequest videos like this one and a lot of other videos about Japan and Japanese in general. And I want to thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one. Mata ne.